So Quincy, do you think Deshaun Watson did the Browns go out and get him enough help in 2024?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, one of the things when it comes to help with a quarterback that I think we underrate because we focus so much on the offensive side of the ball is how well that defense plays. Pat Mahomes, another great example of this, right? The Kansas City Chiefs, you could argue, had nothing at wide receiver, like for the bulk of the season and especially in the postseason. Like, absolutely not a single wide receiver you could point to, like, yeah, he's dependable. Not one. So you would think he didn't have help. So he can't win a Super Bowl if he doesn't have help. But he did because he had the best defense in the playoffs. And that ended up being enough to carry him to the championship game. Like, he still didn't have to do too much. His numbers didn't have to be crazy. His numbers in this year's playoffs are actually the least impressive of any playoff run that he's had, but he was able to get over the hump because he just wasn't asked to do that much. Deshaun Watson, like, already has good help with Nick Chubb, with David Njoku, with Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, and all of that. Like, that's going to be great help for him. But the biggest help that he can have is a great defense. And I think a great defense does wonders for quarterback play. And right now, Deshaun projects to have the best defense in the NFL. So he has enough help.
Let me ask you this, and I kind of have a theory. I think one of the biggest additions they made that will help Deshaun Watson is Ken Dorsey. He is a really good quarterback coach who, the more you hear guys like Josh Allen and Cam Newton talk about him, they credit him with kind of keeping their mechanics in line.
Yeah, I mean, he can be helpful with the mechanical stuff. He can be helpful from a game day standpoint. And he can be helpful from the standpoint of just knowing how to make an offense cater it to how Deshaun likes to process the game. And I think that part is most important, right? You want Deshaun to be comfortable processing what he's seeing out there on Sundays, especially since Deshaun's not the type to go on a crusade to get a coach fired. So he's going to be willing to roll with whatever happens there at coach and try to do his best with it. So you got to make sure when you hire somebody, it is somebody who does suit the strengths of Deshaun Watson.